Oh, hello everyone. Sorry, we were just trying to work out when the moment actually was happening when we were actually recording. So Kim is going to pull up our presentation, and how this is going to work is my name is Brittany, for those of you who I have not met who are either on our call or watching the recording, and I'm co-leading this with Kim and with Andy. So we'll just switch off between us. So they'll introduce themselves when it's their turn to chat with you. But I am just waiting for Kim, who is going to pull up this presentation. And what we're going to do is we're going to this call is essentially what we're calling like a new coach bootcamp blitz. Because we know that sometimes you sign up as a coach and you like the idea of our 30-day new coach bootcamp, but the reality is like you want as much information as possible, as quickly as possible. And so that's the kind of coaches that the three of us were. And so we kind of went out and found our own resources at the time. But what we want to do is really give you these resources where you can get started quickly, where you don't have to wait for the new coach bootcamp to finish or the 30 days to finish. If you feel like you're ready to get started now, then here are some like getting started right tips for you, and also just some really actionable steps of you as someone who is a business building coach who wants to build the business, you as someone who is really taking ownership of being a CEO of your business, then these are some really great tips for you in action steps as you are getting started. So hopefully you are watching this even within your first couple of days of becoming a coach, or if you've been a discount coach for a little while and you are deciding that now you're interested in potentially building the business. That's the type of coach I was. So welcome. We're excited you're here too. And we hope that these tips are really helpful for you. So first things first, can you guys see, how's this look on your end? Can you see the full screen, or does it actually look, because it's actually perfect. I think we're going to fix it because it looks cut off. Oh, great. Here we go. So first things first, your most important job as a coach is to work on you. I know that that's kind of counterintuitive because we sign up as a coach and we really want to help other people. Or maybe you signed up as a coach because of the business opportunity. You were looking for an opportunity that gave you either supplemental incomes for a side job, or maybe you want this desperately to be your full-time job. And so you're looking at it from a monetary standpoint. And even if that's the case, I still want to challenge the mindset and encourage you to think about the fact that the most important job you have is to work on you, because you have to be proof that these products work. And so number one, you need to get to know and you need to actually love the products, because if you don't know and you don't love the products, then you're actually just in a sales job. And so we really feel like the first step here is not only do you need to get to know the products, meaning start a program and then continue it to the finish, right? Do it start to finish, drink the Shakeology, learn to love the Shakeology. I don't know if you guys see this, but it looks like, Kim, that it's actually like just like a black screen now with a line through it. Like maybe it's just in between on the PDF on the slides. But going back to, you just need to get to know and love the products. That doesn't mean you have to know everything about Shakeology. That doesn't mean you need to know every product in the Beachbody On Demand library before you start talking to people, but it really just means get to know from firsthand experience these products and these programs, so that as you're sharing them, you're doing so genuinely. So then step two is tell people about the products and the lifestyle. You're talking from your own personal experience. You're leading with what this is doing for you, what these programs are doing for you, what this community is doing for you, leading with all the benefits, leading with all the amazing reasons why someone should join you before even actually telling them what the products are, right? Lead with why before you lead with what. Then number three, help people change their life with the products. Because as you are sharing your journey, as you are inviting other people, you're telling them about the programs and the products, then you need to help them actually change their life with the products. So what that means is lead challenge groups, lead your online boot camps, invite people in, and then encourage them along the way on their journey. And then number four, once you start helping those people change their lives with these programs, with these products, in the same way that your life is being positively changed, tell those people that they can actually help other people change their lives with these programs and products, AKA start building your team. And so I think sometimes we overcomplicate this whole process, but really these are the steps to actually growing your business. Get to know and love the products, tell people about what you're doing, invite them to join you, help them by encouraging them, and then actually tell them that they can help other people as well. So we can move to the next slide. here. Might be a little bit delayed. Oh, great. So I'm going to pass it off to Kim.
Okay, great. Thanks, Britt. Okay, so use your resources. I think that one of the things that we, anytime you get into a new job or you start something new, you just assume like someone's going to just, you're just going to get all this training. And the fact is, this is your business. This is whatever you want. And there's, to be honest, even though that sounds scary, there's so much freedom in that because there are no rules. There are no guidelines. There are no what is perfect or what isn't perfect. And you're going to learn as you listen and hear from different coaches as you do your own research that people do this so differently. There are some people who don't even do this online. They just go to like trade shows and sell their Shakeology at mom's clubs or whatever. Like there's sky is the limit, which I think gives you a lot of excitement, but also at the same time can make you feel like overwhelmed that you're not really doing what you think you should be doing. So some of the resources that you have, my screen went away again. Better? Okay. Well, I'm going to get out of this. I want to actually show you guys. Oops, sorry. How do I make this? Sorry. Exit full screen. Okay. I'm actually going to show you my Coach Online Office because let me go back to share. Where did it go? Sorry. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of the very first things that you're going to want to get into the habit of doing is checking your Coach Online Office. This is a great place to glean. You can learn here. You pretty much everything you would ever need is in this Coach Online Office. So you're going to see your points. You're going to see your, all your business. You're going to want to get into the habit of coming into your sponsorship drill down and actually looking at who is on your team and who are you getting volume from and what is, who's going to go delinquent, which just means they're going to, stop being an active coach, meaning if you're hanging on to them to say keep an emerald status, that maybe you're going to want to ask them if that is something, maybe because it's your mom or it's your, you have control over that person. But this is also home to a ton of training. There is business training, product training, there's a training library, there's personal development, there's team development. And this is videos after videos after videos from some of the best, like when they do some of the trainings at some of the away, like when they do them far away or like at some of the leadership conferences, that's what all of these are. So get into the habit of being really comfortable with coming in here and learning about your business. Know what you need for your volume if you want to grow and make, more money or whatever, whatever it is. Like know what what you're trying to achieve so that you know what you're coming in here for. What else was I going to say about, let me go back to here. What do you see? You probably don't see this. Do you? Hold on. Hold.
Yeah, I still see your business training. Okay, now, yeah.
Okay, great. So you can go into coachfaq.com. That's literally a thing. You can type in any question like, Shakeology and breastfeeding, or how to team cycle bonus, or any of these words that you hear. These are great places to start, as well as obviously our team page. You guys, our team page houses a ton of information that is, let me actually just go back to full screen. There we go. You good? You see it? Yeah. Okay. Go into our team page. If there's probably been a question that's been asked, just type it in the search bar and you're going to get populated all the different questions that people have asked. So that's another way of, finding out information, or just ask on the team page. There is no harm in asking a question that's already been asked, because you know what? Somebody else probably doesn't know either. YouTube, Google, these are great resources. I would say that 9 times out of 10, if I'm like, I don't really feel like reading today, I don't have time to read today, I'll just hop on YouTube and I'm going to find a training. And maybe I'll type in like, Beachbody, or if I know a top coach that's, you know, Kim Fitzpatrick, the Fitzpatricks, they do tons of trainings. So I might type their name in or whatever the case might be. As well as obviously the national wake up calls. They're full of information. And if you ever just want to be inspired, listen to a national wake up call. And if you're wondering where to watch those or listen to those, you can watch them at Team Beachbody Facebook page 411, or you can download the podcast and you can just listen to them right on your phone. I think that's the only ways. I mean, you can call in live on actual Mondays, but I would say that those are your two best options. And then obviously our team calls every Tuesday. We try to bring you valuable information that you would need. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Andy.
Hey guys, I'm Andy, for those of you who don't know me. So our words have a lot of power, but it's actually the actions that we take that shape our lives. If you have heard of Rachel Hollis, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but she is a huge mogul in media these days and a very empowering entrepreneur who we all love following because she's a woman and she's killing it and she's inspirational. And that leads me right into the 4 vital things that you will be doing every single day as a coach. And if you stick to these, I've seen in this business time after time that when I've felt overwhelmed by things, maybe information overload, which might be how you're going to feel in the beginning of your business, maybe 6 months into your business, that happens because this can be a fast-paced business, and it's up to you. Like Kim and Britt said, you are the CEO, you are the driver of this. So what I always do when I'm feeling that way is I check myself with the 4 vital behaviors. Am I doing these things well? Am I doing them consistently? Am I doing them every day? And the first one is, like most of us got into this for this very reason, being proof that the products work. Some of you have come into this business and you want to build a business, and maybe you're new to a challenge group. That's perfect. That's great. So it's your number one job right now to dive into that challenge group and be proof that these products work. Drink your shake every day. Don't skip it just because maybe it's a rest day. Like, that's something that you should be drinking every single day, regardless of what the workout calendar is. Do a program from start to finish where you take the before pictures first and you take your measurements and you step on the scale and you track your progress. That is going to be the biggest business building move that you can make, in my opinion, because people are going to be watching you and they're going to want to see if this is going to work for you a lot of times before they're going to trust it for themselves. Number 2 is share, connect, and invite. So being proof that this is working for you to the next step, the second thing you're going to do every day, is share about what you're doing. Even if today is your day 1 and you just got in a challenge group, you just pressed play on your very first workout, you just made your first shake. That's great. You can share about it. You can connect with other people and then invite them to do this with you. You don't have to have completed a challenge group yet. You don't have to have completed a program yet. Just start today, commit that you're going to share, connect with other people, and invite people to join you on this journey right now. What I've seen again in this business is that people who put off this step tend to never really get there, or it becomes this big thing that's so hard when really it's very simple. I always say it's like seeing a really good movie and you have to tell your best friends to go see it because it was so good. If you think about what these products are doing in your own life for you, and you just have to tell everybody about it, then it's fun and it's invigorating and it's exciting to tell everybody, dude, you have to drink this shake. It is so good. It gives me energy. It is the fastest meal in my day, and I don't have time for anything these days. So I love that. Whatever your story is with it, share about it. Sharing your journey on social media is a free platform to get your message out to what you're doing. Don't be afraid of it. Don't shy away. I can tell you that I was the stalker of social media and never posted anything. But when I decided that I wanted to do this, I knew that sharing publicly, vulnerably, about my journey was going to be key in my success, because really you can only talk to so many people person to person these days. Everything is online. Think of every sort of business everywhere is moving to order it online, have it be delivered. So this is your platform. Use social media. And on our team, we are constantly bringing to you the best, most up-to-date information about how to best do that. So like Kim was saying, ask questions, keep up with the team page so that you can always have access to that. And if you don't know something, then go on YouTube, find a top coach, type in Instagram, find a really recent video on Instagram and watch it, and boom, you have all the answers. This is how you're going to start a lot of conversations and talk to people, and taking it that next step and actually saying, when somebody is watching you on social media, hey, I saw you comment on my post last night. Thank you so much. Would you want to jump in this challenge group with me? It's totally changing my life. All right. And number 3, the third thing that we do every single day is personal development. So whether it's 10 minutes of reading a really great book, 10 minutes of a podcast, 10 minutes of a training, something that's going to fill you up. I always try to look at, where do I feel like I need help in my day or in my life, in my month? Where do I feel like I'm struggling? Sometimes it's leadership stuff. Sometimes it's business stuff. Sometimes it's confidence stuff. And I just need somebody to remind me that I can do this, that I have it within me, whatever it is. Find something that will benefit you every single day, because the more you fill your cup, the more you're going to be able to pour into others. And our job is so much about giving, giving, giving. And the more you give, the more joy-filled this becomes. But you need to start with yourself there and constantly be filling your mind with positive, uplifting, encouraging things from personal development. We have lists in our team page about different books, podcasts, things you can get. And again, you can always ask us for suggestions. And then number 4 is recognition. This whole business is based so much, again, on giving and recognizing the efforts of other people. It's so important to, show people that you're watching them and that you are inspired by what they've done in your challenge group. Your very first client, really focus in on that person and not only be cheering them along privately, but recognizing them. Of course, always ask permission, whether it's private or public, for their efforts, for, checking into your challenge group every day, for drinking their shake every day. Be sure that you're constantly giving that person a pat on the back, because who doesn't want a pat on the back? We all appreciate that. And from there, I'm going to pass it back to Britt.
I would start talking, but I'm not exactly sure what the next slide says. Oh, perfect. Okay, great. So now that we've introduced the 4 vital behaviors, what should your first goal be as a new coach? Your first goal should be to hit Success Club. And of course, this comes after all of the other things I shared about starting your own journey first. But then your first goal as a coach should be to hit Success Club. And what does that mean? You're going to hear that we on our team have a Success Club culture. We have a team culture where this is what we do, that we became coaches to help people. And those of us who have decided to build our business, it's a non-negotiable for us to hit Success Club. How we earn these points is that you get 2 points for each challenge pack. You can get 2 points for Shakeology orders if they are on HD. That's something to pay attention to. If someone orders Shakeology but they decide to do a one-time order, then you will not get the 2 points for it. However, it's actually in their best interest to get Shakeology on HD, because they save like $12 on shipping. And then you can just remind them that they're going to get an email 1 week before it's time for the auto ship to happen, and Beachbody will remind them to cancel or change their color, that too, change the flavor, or to delay their order if they need to. So Beachbody has their back when it comes to the auto delivery, because I know that's kind of scary for some people, and that is something that's new within the last year or so. So sometimes you're going to have people who've tried Beachbody years ago, and that wasn't a thing. So it is a thing. So just make sure that you share that with people as well. So what this means is that you need to help 3 new people get started with a program and Shakeology. 3 new people to help them get started with the challenge pack, or if they haven't purchased a challenge pack in 6 months, then you can have them purchase it again, and they will. You'll get 2 points for them, because Beachbody loves that you're bringing people back into the family. Kim, if you'll go back to the slide for me. Perfect. Thank you. Hitting Success Club means that you have 5 Success Club points. So how you're going to do that is you're going to help 3 different people. And I think sometimes we overcomplicate this, but really, as I kind of went through the steps previously of, it's just starting your journey, inviting people to join you, and then that's how you're going to hit Success Club. Which one, I think we can get scared inviting people. So Kim, in a second, is going to go over some of this inviting. However, it's just, again, and I mean, Andy kind of led into this too, that when you're inviting to things, like, you don't have to be afraid to invite people into this, because as you do so and you invite people to join you, you are in the same way that if you're really excited about a concert, you're going to call your friend and you're going to tell her, like, you have to go to this Taylor Swift concert with me. Like, I'm so excited. Or you have to go to Universal Studios with me because I'm so excited about, like, the Harry Potter world. And like, you're going to be so excited and you're not going to be afraid to invite her to do something. And then she's not going to expect you to pay for her ticket. So I think sometimes we get nervous about inviting people for the money part too. And it's like, no, if you're excited, share it with your friends. And then just be honest about how amazing this opportunity is. And Kim will get into that in just a minute. And you also need to make sure that you are on Shakeology Home Direct, because that's how you are going to stay an active coach. And that's actually required in order for you to get your Success Club points attributed to you. So again, this is something that you're going to want to hit every single month if you are a coach who wants to build her business. And also, if you hit Success Club your first 3 full months as a coach, meaning if you sign up 2 weeks in or 1 week into the month, it actually doesn't start counting until the week or the month after you sign up. It's like the full month. But if you hit Success Club your first 3 full months as a coach, you get to earn a free ticket to Summit, which is our annual event. It was it in Indianapolis? I don't know why I stuttered on that word. Last year. It's going to be again this year. We're all going, and we would absolutely love to have you come with us. And just for hitting Success Club for your first 3 months, you get a free ticket to go, which is huge. Also with Success Club, you're earning points for Success Club trips. So Beachbody every year has Success Club trips where people who are earning Success Club consistently, your points add up to trip dollars. And if you've earned enough of them, you actually qualify to be invited on these trips. And then as you continue hitting Success Club and you continue helping more people, you continue to earn more trip dollars. So like Kim and I were in Cancun in April. I will be on a cruise in next March, and these are all-inclusive retreats that we earn from Beachbody as rewards for hitting Success Club. So there's not only just the financial benefit of hitting it successfully, not only from the benefit of growing your business successfully, but also earning these points. And hitting Success Club 5 is a metric that Beachbody actually found. They studied successful coaches' businesses. They've studied how to build these businesses, and they determined that if you are someone who wants to consistently grow your business, you will help at least 3 new people every single month. So now we can go into the next slide, because you may be wondering, how do I do that? Like, how do I help 3 new people? Like, what's the point here? And many of you have been in our challenge groups before, whether you call them online boot camps, challenge groups, fit clubs. I've heard them called a lot of different things, but what you need to be doing every single month is hosting a challenge group. So whether you're going to be hosting your own, whether you want to team up with another coach and run one, whether you want to add your challengers to your coach's group that she is running, I really want to challenge and encourage you to be hosting these groups, because this is really the exciting part. Like, this is what we do. We have Beachbody, who hires the best trainers in the country and the best nutritionists in the country to create these scientifically proven programs that are scientifically proven to work. And what we get to provide is the accountability portion. Like, this is the heart and the mission of what we do. This is how we do our jobs, is through these groups. And so you'll see a couple different examples along the side. These are different groups that Kim and I have each hosted. We change them every single month. If you are on our teams or on Andy's team and you're watching this, if any of these sound interesting, or if you want to see what we've done before, we can just add you in the My Challenge Tracker app to our previous groups, and you can literally copy and paste the posts into your current group. So it's not that you have to come up with all this content if that's not what your strength is, or if that's not something that's exciting to you, if you're not really sure how to create these images, or you're not really sure where to come up with the content. Just start inviting people, and we have places to put them. Also, the last line you'll see there is free groups. We have a whole other call that we can share with you about how to schedule your month and about hosting free groups and info groups leading into challenge groups. But another thing that you can start doing is hosting free groups at the beginning of the month and starting your challenge groups like the third week of the month, so that you can actually start adding value to people's lives before then you even ask for anything in return, right? So as you're having these conversations with them, as you're getting to know them, as you're getting to know what their pain points are so that you can help them and fix their needs, you're hosting these free groups, which are also a lot easier to invite to if you get nervous with inviting. And so again, we have a whole other call on that, whether you can do so many different kinds of free groups, from fitness and health related ones to just decorating ones to ones about reading books, whatever the case is. So we can keep it pushing. Oh, and then I love this slide. Isn't this so cute, you guys? Because really, if you're nervous about inviting your friends to a challenge group, like Kim and I are here because Andy started her journey and then invited us into these groups, and then continued to invite us when neither of us joined right away. And honestly, they've become two of my best friends, and I truly believe that we would have been friends anyway because our husbands are all best friends, but that this opportunity is something that truly bonds us together because we have this common mission and we talk all the time and we're working towards this together. And it's really, really special. And so don't be afraid to invite your friends. It could be the best thing that you ever do for them. So leading right into the invites, which I'm going to pass back to Kim.
Okay. Okay, so this is probably one of the, can you see me? Is it me? Oh, you just need to
It's really dark. Yeah.
Let me turn a light on here. Okay, here, I should pop up. Am I there? Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So inviting is probably one of the scariest things for most people. And it doesn't need to be, because in actuality, if you're doing all the vital behaviors, you're sharing about your journey on your social media, people are going to see the authentic you. I apologize. It's basically like a cry fest at my house right now, which it's fine because I, asked them to not cry while I was going to I'm actually certain everyone's crying, but
including James.
I think it might be. I've never heard so much crying. Anyway, it's more about now I'm like trying to channel them out so I can. Anyway, when you're real and authentic with who you are in your posting, sending an invite isn't like a cold invite, because they're reading you, they're hearing your voice, they're hearing your story, they're understanding where you're coming from. And, maybe even as bold as like today I went and talked about, I did a live video about how I've never ever felt like I was selling somebody ever. If anything, I feel like I'm selling them a community of friends that's going to like wrap their arms around somebody and help them achieve something that is so hard in every single person's life. And I don't care who you are, whether you have a degree of wanting it so bad and it's an over excessive, or it's a don't have it at all and it's an under excessive. No matter what, this is a challenge for every single person in their life. This does not come easy. And so I feel like I'm giving people tangible tools to succeed, making an invite that much less scary, because I'm talking about it in all of the avenues that I'm talking about it. So number one, just making sure that you have, invites up in your page. So there is no question. You're not all of a sudden sending someone an invite. They're like, oh, I didn't even know you sold any. Like, oh, what do you even do? And it's like, well, if you refer to post 14 through 29, you'll see. You want to make sure that people can see that you are who you say you are. So when you're sending those invites, it's as simple as you're growing your network on Instagram or your Facebook business page or your Facebook. And I just want to touch on that really quick. Your personal Facebook page, unfortunately, is probably inundated with a lot of other direct sales people. So it's going to make it very challenging for you, and not initially. Initially, you'll probably get to your warm market. You'll learn, you'll have different people that you're connecting with that had no idea you're doing this, but eventually that market will run cold, and that's okay, because to be honest, a cold market is really that much easier, because you're talking to people who are legitimately just following you for you. So when you think about it that way, it makes it even that much easier to make inviting that much less scary. So one of the things that you're going to want to do is just to, make sure that you're increasing your, whether you're using a Facebook like page. I will tell you that a Facebook like page, Facebook isn't going to just make it easy. Your posts are going to go unseen. You're going to get like one like, and unfortunately it's just because they know you're making money off of a free business page. So don't take that depending on what your goals are. If you're someone like me, for example, when I jumped into my Facebook like page, I paid for ads. That's not something we're telling you have to do, but that was something I chose to do because I wanted my business to blossom quickly. And now I pay for an ad monthly that runs, and it brings me new followers, and those are the new people that I connect with. As far as Instagram goes, you want to do a little research and find hashtags that people that are like you, and not hashtags like you and every other Beachbody coach, like Fit Mom or get fit today, or, nothing about that, but more about who you are as a person. Maybe you're someone who's overcome cancer or a loss of a parent or a divorce or, child loss, or whatever your story is. Begin to gain those kinds of followers. And as they begin to like your stuff, sending them a message that says, hey, thanks so much for, following my page. I hope that, you and I are that's kind of weird, but hey, thanks so much for following my page. I don't know if you noticed, but I have a brand new bootcamp launching this month. I'd love to send you some more information if you're interested. That is simple. It isn't salesy. It's nothing to see. And you can even throw in to see if it's a good fit for you, because at the end of the day, they're going to write you back, and they're either not going to write you back, which is totally fine. They're going to write you back with some sort of, yeah. And then you can get to know them, and you can find programs that work for them. And then worst case, you get an objection. And you guys, those objections are beautiful for posts later, because then you can take what they're saying as the no and pushing it back onto social media, so that you're now breaking down things left and right of why people need to join you. But be brief, be excited, have a call to action, let me know either way, asking questions at the end. Those are great ways to really increase. And then as far as how many people should you be messaging a day, that's really up to you and your business goals. For me, I would say I'm sending anywhere from 20 to 50 a day. But that's me, that's what I have made time for. And that's just what, I want to hit big goals. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I think one of the biggest things I would say in your invite is really just learn about the person. Figure out what their problem is. We have so many different options now, from if maybe they're not ready to work out and they just need nutrition support. Well, then we have 2B Mindset. We have something for them. Be confident in what we have, because we all know they're effective and they work. We just need to stay the course and find out what that is. Welcome objections. I just talked about that. Yeah, it's okay to have a script on what you say. There's nothing wrong with scripts as long as they sound like you. You know what I mean? As long as it's coming from you and it's, sending, there's no way with that, if I'm sending that many invites, it's pretty much the same thing. And it's okay to re-invite those people if they never reply, but they continue to watch your stuff every single month. Eventually they're either going to say no, or you know what, you've planted the seed enough, they're going to say yes. I would say most people watch for 6 months to a year before they ever join a person, which is wild to me. But I mean, that was my story, right? Like that was probably half of your stories. And so, don't be afraid. A script is totally fine. I would just make sure that it sounds like you. And don't be afraid of the cost. Like when that cost question comes up, right now, what am I sending? I wanted to actually read it to you because I felt like it was helpful. But basically, my
I
God.
can only imagine how loud that is in person.
It's so loud. It's just so loud. But breaking down what people are actually getting is a great way of actually sending, if they say yes and they're down for, maybe they're just going to join your boot camp, for $160, you're getting a year membership to 600 plus workouts, a month of superfoods, the nutrition guide, a weight and progression tracker, a shaker cup, access to our community, weekly check-ins with me, a monthly newsletter with helpful tips and tricks. Does that sound doable? What gym do you know that you can go and you're going to get all of that for $160? And it can be a one-time fee if they really want it to be a one-time fee. Now, obviously, we want them to not be a one-time fee, but it can be. So don't be afraid of the cost. The cost is beyond good for what they're receiving. And don't send the link right away, because the more you learn about what they really need, the more they're genuinely going to see that you care about them and not just the sale. Okay. I think that's me. Andy, oops, you are up.
All right, so now we are going to talk about your second goal as a coach, which is to add people to your team. This is where it gets really exciting. So we've been talking a lot about inviting to challenge groups and inviting people to start their health and fitness journey with you and with what you're doing with your groups. So now we're going to talk about the next level of earning potential that you have as a coach, because as a challenger, and bringing on customers, you're going to earn income based off of commission. So 25% off of what you sell is what you'll earn. But as you add to your team, you're going to tap into team cycle bonuses, which I have a really short, quick video that I can just send to you if you'd like it. So if you're watching this video and you want that, let me know so that I don't go off on a tangent on team cycle bonuses. But just know that this is where the extra earning potential comes in, and this is where the residual income comes in as you build a team. So the first step is an Emerald coach. I would totally send you that video, Jen. We just had a question pop up. That's perfect. So as an Emerald coach, there's you, and then you're inviting two people to join your team. One will be on your left side and one will be on your right side. So Beachbody is a binary system. So you will always have a left side and a right side that you're building. And what's really awesome is that one side is your strong side, which means you might log into your coach online office that Kim showed you, and you'll see coaches that are on your team that you didn't sign up. That means that whatever side of your business they were placed on, that is your strong side. And that is somebody that was added to our team as a whole after the date that you signed up. And you will see as you continue on as a coach that more coaches will be added to that side going forward. And it's always on one side that's going to continue to build for you. So not only will the volume that is generated from your coaches, the one on your left and the one on the right that you signed up to get you to that Emerald rank, but also the coaches that are being added there by the rest of the team, again, from the date that you signed up. So it's pretty awesome. In a nutshell, when you are an Emerald coach and you have those two coaches, and you have active status, which means you have at least 90 PV, which would be your Shakeology. So as long as you're drinking your Shakeology on Home Direct every month, you're an active coach and you're an Emerald, you have those two coaches, then you can start earning team cycle bonuses. So when that strong side that has coaches from you and from the rest of the team has 200 in volume points, and your weak side has 100 in volume points, you earn $14. And that might not sound like a lot, but this is where it starts to build and become a progression, and it adds up. So your second goal after you hit Success Club, or while you're hitting Success Club, is to add two people to your team. You want to get to this next level of earning potential for the recognition that you get from the team, for the benefit in the extra earning potential that I talked about, And also, this is truly when you're opening up your business, because now you're not only helping people with their health and fitness journeys, but you're also providing the opportunity for more people to open their own businesses. Now, being an Emerald coach, it doesn't have to be two people who want to build this level necessarily at the level that you want to build it. They can be people who just simply want to enjoy a discount. So when somebody signs up, say they were in your challenge group and they were doing awesome and they want to continue on Shakeology, it would be beneficial for them to get the 25% off with the coach discount and be on your team. Now, from that point on, you will no longer make commission from their monthly Shakeology order. However, you will make this volume that I keep talking about. So, and it's close to dollar for 1 point of PV, not exact, but it's very close. So for example, Shakeology is, as a coach, $197, something like that, at least in the United States. So you get 90 points for that, just to make that clear. So Energize, for example, is $40-ish as a coach. You get 38 personal volume points for that. So from there, you, as an Emerald coach, the other awesome benefit to it is if you hit Success Club, your first goal, you found those 3 people to help for the month, you hit Success Club, you added 2 people to your team, now you're an Emerald coach, you will get free leads from Beachbody. And what that means is these are customers who maybe they saw an infomercial and they went to beachbody.com and they just bought T25 off an infomercial. They assign all of these customers to coaches because the whole idea of this team Beachbody was built upon the fact that people need support in their health and fitness goals, and that's our job, to give them the support. So you're going to gain these free customers. They're going to show up in your online office. It'll say customer program, and it will have their email address and even a phone number. You can reach out to them and invite them into your challenge group. So every purchase they make from that point on, you will earn the commission from them right away. It's best to try to get them plugged into a challenge group and actively help them. But that is a really awesome benefit. If you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald coach, you get paid leads for Beachbody. So these are people who have purchased something. You're going to get that commission right away, and all commission going forward for those paid leads. So hitting Success Club 10 would mean helping 5 people in a calendar month get started with their fitness journey. You can also receive 2 Success Club points for signing up a coach right out the gate. So let's say you're talking to your best friend and you're like, you need to do this with me. I know that this will be really great to be in the challenge group together, but what would be even better is if you just do this business with me, join my team. They say yes, you get 2 Success Club points. That could be your first coach. And also you get a quick start bonus, which ends up being a little bit more than what the commission would be off of that challenge pack sale, which is pretty awesome. Another extra perk to doing that. So the next rank advancement is a diamond coach. And at the diamond level, it's pretty awesome. Your earning potential in the team cycle bonuses goes from $14 every time you have the 200 personal volume on one side and 100 on the other side. Now you earn $18. So you're already increasing the amount of money that you can make. And as you can see on the diagram here, this is what a diamond coach looks like. You have 4 people that you sponsored, that you signed up. So these are not the coaches that I talked about on your strong leg that are added by other people on the team. They don't count in your rank advancement. They only count towards volume that's going to help you out with your paycheck. But as a diamond coach, you have 4 coaches on each side that you personally signed up. And one of those 4 on both sides, it has to be balanced, is an Emerald coach. So they've also signed up 2 people. Your earning potential has gone up, and also you have now generated a lot more volume. So that team cycle bonus is going to be more because you have a lot more people under you that are generating volume. All right, let's see. Okay, I think I will shoot it on over to Brittany.
Yeah. Okay, so as we go through the rest, which First of all, Andy, you explained that so well. I've heard that so many times over the years, and that was probably one of the clearest explanations. But so for the rest of you, if you just heard that for the first time and you feel like you have so many questions, again, we will share that video with you that Andy referenced, and then we can also just reach out to your coach, and she will explain it to you and go through it with you, because it's like learning a new language, because you're learning a new business. It's like when you start any new job, there's a lot to figure out. So don't feel overwhelmed. You can watch this video again. And this won't be the last time that we share any of this information with you. Again, this is just an opportunity to try to go through a lot of different things all at once in case you're just ready to get started. So one thing that we also want to touch on, Kim did a great job earlier of kind of talking a little bit about Instagram and Facebook pages. But mainly, no matter which platform you choose, it really is important for you to share your journey on social media. And I don't just mean your fitness journey. I mean your entire life. And so I just took screen grabs of just different lines from Kim and I and Andy's Instagrams. So you can see in 3 posts across that none of them are all fitness, that they have quotes or different parts of our lives, because really you're connecting with people outside of fitness and then inviting them to be in this part of your life also. Because again, I think it's when, there are some coaches where it's just all fitness and like that's their thing. But as you're just getting started out, if this isn't your background, just start sharing your life with people and sharing this as part of your life. And so pick something in terms of, as you start sharing on your social media, there are a couple of things that you can do to start making it look more uniform. And I don't want to get too deep into it right now. We can do a different call on it, because I know I don't want this call to go on forever. But we can help you with different tips in terms of what to start sharing on social media. Just pick like 5 different interests that you have and just start sharing about them, which is starting to like create your brand. Find a filter that you love and start using that filter consistently so that your feed just all looks kind of uniform and neat and on purpose and intentional. Because again, as you're sending out those invites, people are going to go check out your profile to see what you've been up to, and they need to see that you've been up to health and fitness. But then it's also great in terms of if they're finding you on different hashtags, you should have something on your page related to those hashtags. Let them into your life so that they know that you are a real human. And that you are really trying to connect with them and invite them into this part of your life. So if we go to the next slide here, let's see. So there are different kinds of posts. And so we want to share some of our learning lessons with you. I think part of being a new coach is just getting figured out how to post and what to post about. But here are 2 great examples for you. On the left, I actually just found this I just Googled it, but I think we can all, I don't know. I know I can attest. I used to post stuff like this a couple years ago when I became a coach. But persistence and patience is something that, number one, is not only important in your fitness journey, which Kim's going to get into in a minute, but it's also really important in your business journey as well. And on the left, you're going to see that as you start posting, be careful with what you do post. It can be tempting to just really brand it with Beachbody, like T25 and all of this stuff. But if you see this post on the left, you can see that it's not really personalized. It's kind of like overwhelming. It just screams salesy, and there's like really no story here. Now, of course, we don't really see what the post was attributed to this. So I'm kind of making the leap here in assuming that if they didn't share a picture that really told the story, that they likely, maybe their content in terms of what they did in their caption was similar to this, just really talking about T25 and how you should join their challenge group. Whereas Kim, an example I just took off of her Instagram from a post she did probably within the last couple of days, where you can see her picture. It's personalized. It's a picture of her. She's smiling. She looks really happy. The light is on her face. She's using the same filter that she uses in all of her pictures, so it definitely looks on brand for her. It feels really inviting. You can see the first couple lines of her caption here. She's telling a story. She's inspiring people. It just really feels more like an invite than feels like a sale. So this is something where, as people, you directly invite them through Messenger, they come onto your storefront, right, your social media platform, and they're checking you out. They're going to be able to learn more about you. learn more about why you're doing this, learn more about your mission behind it, your heart for it, more about your story, because you've been sharing it consistently. Because even though in your messages, you've been connecting with them, you've been trying to figure out what their needs are, you've been relating to them, your Facebook or your Instagram page is really where they're going to get to know more of your story, get like into more of the weeds, getting to know more of your heart. And so you want to just be really genuine and consistent with what you're posting about, especially because we do run online businesses. So if you're directly inviting people and they come to your page and you haven't been posting for a really long time, there's a disconnect there. So make sure that you're posting consistently. Share about your story, share your heart, share why you're doing this, share what it's doing for you before you share about what it is. So, okay, I'll pass it over to Kim.
Yay. Okay, great. Thank you. Great explanation. Okay, so you know what?
We're almost done, you guys. I know. I just FYI. Yeah.
Okay, so am I on? Yeah. Okay, great. So one of the best things I probably ever heard in this is that when you compare your fitness journey, it really is your business journey, and they really do go hand in hand. Because I think a lot of times we get in, even when we get into the fitness part of it, we get into like this place where we want, we want overnight success. We want, you want to start that program. It's like the funny meme you always see, like, I've been working out for 5 days. Do I have abs yet? Like that, you want that overnight success, and you think, oh, I just put up that post. I've never done anything like that before. And it's so exhilarating. And you get like 2 likes and you're like, ooh, so not for me. But it is for you. And that's what we want you guys to see, is that it doesn't happen overnight. And truthfully, this is probably the hardest thing to swallow. Consistency is where it pays off. When you're not consistent, people are honestly cheering because they are glad you failed, because it shows them that it's okay that they're going to fail too. And so I like to think of me showing up every day as almost like my means of, like, I don't even know if anybody watches, cares, whatever, but it's almost like I'm still here, guys, because life is hard. And I'm going to share that in my post that you read last night, but I'm going to come here tomorrow morning. I'm going to work out, even though one of my kids is puking and I'm thinking about it later. We show up because we can't let life take us out. And so I think that it's the same thing for your business. If you stop sending the invites, if you stop posting, if you stop doing the workouts, you're not going to see anything happen. You have to track to see results. So you have to know what you're doing every day. Don't just sit down and hop onto Facebook, because I will tell you what, you will get sucked into Facebook land, comparison land. You'll get nothing done, and you'll be more frustrated because you just spent the last hour looking at other people's posts versus having a game plan and knowing what you're doing. The same goes for a workout. If you don't do the track, you don't take your measurements, you don't take your photos, you're never going to see that you ever came from somewhere. Success is twofold: fitness and nutrition. In your business, public and private. Your business out loud has to be the same as it is in your private messaging. And I touched on that already, about how you don't feel bad about inviting, because you are telling who you are in your story and everything that you're doing. As soon as you stop, the results get farther away. And we all know how that looks when you hit a lull, or you get an injury, or something happens in your fitness realm. But the cool part about it, in my opinion now, is as a coach, we now have this nutritional program that is going to keep you on track. Or maybe you get a busier job. Well, now we have workout programs for only 4 days a week. We have all these excuses. It's almost like an excuse builder, right? And the same goes for your business. As soon as you stop, the results go away, because you're staying consistent with people, and you're showing them that you're going to constantly show up. And comparison is legit the thief of all joy. This business is hard, and I won't sugarcoat that. It's hard to say. I mean, I still have a hard time when you look at somebody and you go, why is it so easy? Or why is it so easy? Or why is this? You don't know what their life looks like on the other side. Maybe they have, I have to remind myself this a lot. They have no kids, and they have no job, and they love no job, and they just sit at home. And I'm like, I mean, if I had no kids and no job, I literally would be I'd be number one. Okay. Number one. But you know what I mean? Don't let what someone's doing, because it's the same. It's the saying goes, we don't know what's going on in the backstory. So don't let, maybe they have a degree in social media presence, and they know because they worked with the Facebook creators. You just never know. So just don't do it. It's great to go and look. I do see value in looking at someone you find yourself attracted to, and you have a lot of comparisons. I think it's helpful because sometimes I think we get in that rut of like, what's creative? And yeah, you might find something that's like, oh, this is really cool. What a great idea. I'm going to go that route. So I think it's fine to follow different coaches to see what they're doing. Just don't compare yourself, and don't be mad if it doesn't work the same way it works for them, and then don't overcomplicate. We went over 4 vital behaviors. That's it. 4 vital behaviors. Yes, they have lots of things looped in there because they've got, you're not just checking in. You're going through your challenge group track record. You have to remember what you committed to for these people. You need to show up and be that person. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest things in this business, and probably one of the biggest things I hear most is like, yeah, like I'm under so-and-so, but I've never like been in a challenge group, or they've never checked in with me, or, don't quit on people that you committed to. Be consistent with them, and I promise that it will all return tenfold. So I'm moving faster along.
Okay. I want to talk about something that can be very exciting if you really think about it. What would an extra $800 mean to you? I know for me, when I started as a coach, to be really honest, I didn't see or know anything really about the earning potential, because like Kim or Brett, I forget which one, mentioned this at the beginning of this training. I didn't have somebody telling me, do this training, do this, do that. My coach very persistently pursued me to do the business, but she wasn't really doing the business. So I Googled a lot of things. I scoured through team pages, and I found information. And one of the things that was so eye-catching to me that really made me go, I'm going to do that, and dig in my heels. I drew that line in the sand where I'm going to make this work, was hearing that somebody who was a nurse quit her job and was earning more as a Beachbody coach than she was as an RN. And as a former RN, I was like, oh my gosh, you could actually do that with this? Like, that's like a thing. And that was, I was like, I'm going to do this. And so I started creating income goals for myself. I really figured out what those team cycle bonuses meant, what I would need to be generating in volume from my team, and the amount of coaches I would need, the amount of sales that I would need to be making, which translates to the amount of Success Club points each month I would need to be getting, which translates to the amount of people each month I would be helping. And there it is at the root of it. The amount of people that I need to help equals X amount of dollars, hypothetically. So I want you to ask yourself, what would $800 in your pocket look like? How would that change your life? How would that help to maybe pay more than a car payment? I hope. $800 car payment. Sorry, that just seems like a lot. Maybe you're, rolling deep. That's rad. Maybe you'd like Beachbody to pay for it.
You.
What's that?
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me rewind a little bit. I started saying to my husband, I'm going to make enough to pay for our gas this week. And I got that first $30 commission check on Thursday, because we get paid on Thursdays, by the way. And if you haven't yet, go into your Coach Online office and set up your direct deposit. Side note. So Thursday rolled up. I looked at my Coach Online office, and I saw $30 sitting there for my very first commission. And I told Eric I was so stoked because that pays for half a tank of gas. And next week I'm going to pay for the whole dang thing. Right. And seriously, that's where I started to get a little bit jazzed up about the earning potential. I started really small. Like Kim was just saying, this doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to lose 60 pounds overnight. You're also not going to build a 6-figure business overnight. But the potential in this is so huge that you can very much get to that point where you are earning a 6-figure business from this opportunity. It's all what you make of it. So I want to encourage you today, if you're watching this, then you're wanting to move quickly in this business. You're wanting to know all of the things and take action. So what are your goals? What I want you to write down your income goals. And this is a really great progression to show that a new customer, you make $50 off of their purchase. So 3 of those in your first month, you made $150. And in the month 2, you do that again because you want to hit success ClickUp again. So 3 new customers, $50 each, that's $150, plus those 3 people that you helped last month, they're still in your challenge group, they're still killing it, still on Shakeology. You're making that $32 again times 3, which is $96 on top of the $150. You just made almost $250 in your second month. Month 3, same thing, you do it all over again. You hit Success Club, that equals out to $150 in commission. You have your Shakeology people who are still in your challenge group. They're in month 3. Their results are crazy, which can totally help catapult your business and help gain more momentum as you share not only your own story, but theirs. And now you've just made almost $400, and that totals up to almost $800 in 3 months. And I know that there's people on this team that have done that. Tara on this call, I know she was one of them, just to name one, because I remember her sharing with me, oh my gosh, I've made $800. So it's doable, and it is here for the taking for you. And again, these are just, in my opinion, the benchmarks, the minimal benchmarks. My goal has always been to help 5 people a month. So my income grew a little bit faster than that to start, because helping 5 people, you're basically doubling all of this. And you can't guarantee that everybody's going to stay on Shakeology. But the more that you pour into them and try to help them, hopefully that a lot of them do. And this, again, is not even adding in your team cycle bonuses once you become an Emerald and above. This is straight commission. So the team cycle bonuses would be above and beyond even that. All right.
This is you, Andy.
Still me. Okay. I was just reading your text messages. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So what are we going to do now? You're going to start going through our new coach bootcamp. Okay. This is like your quick start. Everything we talked about tonight, I hope you took notes so that you can get started pounding into those vital behaviors every single day. Jump in our new coach bootcamp, because then every day for the next 30 days, you're going to be having little reminders of what you can put into your day, action items that aren't going to take a lot of time to help move your business forward. You're going to commit to your program, drink your shake every day, and that 10 minutes of personal development. I always listen to my podcast while I'm in the shower because I'm busy. I've got 4 kids. I ain't got time to read. My husband bought me a book the other day and said, I don't know why I bought this for you. You're not going to read it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I'll just buy it on Audible instead and listen to it in the shower. Begin sharing your journey and inviting people to join you every single day. Don't wait till you feel ready, because guaranteed you won't. Your confidence is going to build as you do these things. It's just like your fitness journey. You might not feel confident pressing play on Lift 4 right now. You might be very intimidated by those weights and all of these things. You're probably very intimidated to reach out and ask them to do it with you, but you're just going to do it. You're going to dive in. Don't overthink it. And don't get overwhelmed. We're here to support you one step at a time, one conversation at a time, one goal at a time, and we will help get you to your goals.
Okay.
Who's next?
No, that's it. So that's it. So then the last slide, we just said thank you.
So thank you for watching this. And we're excited to help you grow.
Yeah, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. We know that this was a lot of information, but this was just some of the information that we felt like was so necessary or really helpful if you, again, are a coach who just wants to get started. So I don't know if anyone has questions, but if you do, you can totally ask them now. Or if you're watching the recording, you can totally just reach out to your coach and ask them directly, or use all the resources that Kim went over at the beginning of this presentation. So does anyone have any questions?
I have one.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I have had a lot of people give me like their health concerns and why they don't want to drink the Shakeology, because they're scared it's going to continue to mess with their body. I get I get a lot of gluten-free people, and I know they can drink it with Shakeology, right? Gluten-free people can have Shakeology.
No, they can't. So I have a close girlfriend who has really, really bad celiac, and she did a lot of research on Daily Sunshine and Shakeology, and the equipment that Shakeology is made on can have cross-contaminants with gluten in it.
See, and I think it's different for every person because
she's super sensitive, but people that are just slightly sensitive might not react to that. Like the people that are doing it as a fad, like it doesn't actually have gluten in it. It's just the equipment that it's processed on can have cross contaminants.
Yeah. It's tough because I agree. One, it's totally up to them. Like I'm never gonna, but I know one of my cousins she is so allergic that if her husband drinks beer, like she cannot kiss him for like hours after because of like on his lips, the wheat will give her a reaction. And she actually drinks Shakeology every day. She does a half serving and then her husband has the other half. But she loves it and swears by it. So again, I feel like I would normally with health concerns, I'm always like, just talk to your doctor. I am not, but I think it's based person by person. So if she wants to try it a little bit, but again, that would be for something like that, like totally up to the person and individual person.
I like the half serving. I'm going to recommend, she bought it. So I'm going to recommend like the half serving. To start with and see if that helps her.
Yeah, and that's true even for some people who, if they're not like used to having so many like superfoods in like one sitting, like you might hear someone starts drinking it and they feel like they get like gas or like their stomach is kind of upset. I always just recommend doing the half serving until their body gets used to it because it's like the detoxing and drinking a lot of water and stuff. Like their body might just not be used to all the nutrients all at once. But.
And then, so like my mom, she wants to start working out. She's coming this week, but she's not going to do anything with me. But she's coming in October for a whole week. She's staying with us. And so she wants to work out. She's very overweight. Very overweight. And diabetes runs in our family. So I think that's another reason because she's barely borderline. So I was thinking 21-day fix for her. And then I talked to Kim about doing 2B mindset also for her. Or should I only have her focus on 2B mindset and not even push the workout aspect for her?
Or country heat that are a little bit easier.
Or even
easier.
I was just going to say, love the suggestions that Jen gave. And then also the first one that came to mind was Clean Week. If you're familiar with it or if someone's watching the recording, it's like a 5-day intro program, essentially really designed for people who like haven't worked out in a long time. Like, and it's a trainer who takes some moves from different Beachbody programs. So as she's doing them, she'll tell you which program the move came from, but it's really meant for that, for someone who is going from zero essentially, like in starting to get the habit of 5 days of these workouts. And then maybe from there she can go to PIO, country heat, or 21-day fix is always my favorite. But if someone's like hasn't been using weights or is like that kind of makes her nervous, then maybe one of the lower impact workouts Jen suggested would be good.
Okay. I will say too, something that's really helpful when it comes to like food and diet is I always Google it. Like if I'm like, someone's like, hey, I have, and Andrea, I know this one just came out for you. I have
the reishi mushroom.
Hoshimoto. Yeah. Google it.
What is that?
I guarantee you that you will find a story that is like, I use this there. I have a guy, it's a YouTube video that I use all the time when someone's like, I suffer from diabetes and this, or thyroid or whatever. I don't even remember which one, but I'll just find a YouTube video and I'll be like, this is a great story from a person within our, community, even though they're not technically from our community. I mean, they technically are. We're Team Beachbody, right? So, I just utilize what I find. So I'll just Google the actual thing that they're telling me, and I can guarantee you someone has talked about it.
Okay. I need to do that for Lindsay. My friend Lindsay that I texted you about.
Yeah, that'd be good.
To see how to help her.
The only other question I thought of while we were talking was just on the, so on Success Club points, because you always want to be getting the Success Club points, it's important that you get, when people want just Shakeology, to have them sign up for Home Direct. Did you touch on that, Andy? You did.
I did, yeah.
And you went into just they can turn it off right away.
Yes, she did.
Okay,
She
good.
said that.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Here's
Thank
my
you,
question.
Andrea.
I took notes. You want to see?
Oh,
Teacher Andrea over here. You know, my kids kept interrupting me. I'm like, shush.
I am
Hello.
learning right now.
I'm learning. Go to bed.
Okay, cool.
Nintendo.
Well, we'll keep our banter for, I know that it's a training call, so sorry, I don't mean to.
Yes,
No, she
Mom.
had a question. She has a question.
I have a question.
Okay.
About the Home Direct. How do I send that link? Because remember, I vouchered you about my.
It's the same like always. But at the end, it's going to say, do you agree to the Shakeology membership? Which
And I
means
need her to say yes.
we're going to ship this to you monthly. Most people are going to say no. But if you, in advance, talk to them about it, I feel like they're like, oh, I'm going to save like $12. I actually think it's even more than that. I think it's like $50. Isn't it like some?
You save $12, so your shipping's only $2.
Yeah. So you are saving, and I actually think I just am like, oh, you save like $20. I feel like that comes out of my mouth probably a lot.
Okay.
And I always tell people that you will get an email 10 days before your next shipment, like Brittany mentioned. I always tell people that up front just so they know, because I don't like to be on auto ship things either.
I don't either.
Nope. Don't sign me up for that.
But I feel like you can get ahead of it and still get your Success Club points. Not that it's just about that, but it's just you should get them and you are saving them money.
When I tell them about the email, I can't remember the last time I had somebody buy just once. Like they'll sign up for HD and then they'll get the email and we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well,
it was really, I liked it.
Great. Well, here, let me stop recording here. Are we done? Yes? Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
So.